Greetings from Astoria, Oregon. I'm Mike.
I'm Brandy.
I'm Tom.
I'm Brian.
And what are we doing today, Brandy?
We're celebrating Short Circuit's 40th anniversary.
That movie was filmed right here in Astoria, Oregon. Yeah, what kinds of fun things are we going to do?
We're going to check it out, we're going to interview people, and we're going to have a great time.
I grew up watching the Short Circuit movies. A lot of nostalgia.
He was more than just a robot. He really did come to life.
It's a happiness machine, as Adam Savage would say.
I want to see Johnny Five.
What's your name?
Hi, my name's Mark.
Wendy.
Chad.
Jacob Fox.
James Tuchtenhagen.
Matt Stinger.
Gabby.
I'm Uncle Manny.
John.
John.
Jordan.
Andrew.
Tom Bowman.
Zach Day.
Michelle Knight.
Whoa, no way.
And I'm part of the Input Inc. group who built the replica robot that's inside this building right here.
I am a nurse, specialize in the robotic surgery service line, and I actually have a robot named after Johnny Five.
Stephanie Snack Shack.
That's right.
Oh, the bad boyfriend.
Where are you from?
Astoria.
Bellevue, Washington.
Hillsboro.
Portland, Oregon.
Vancouver, Washington.
Grants Pass, Oregon.
Hawaii, but we live in Eugene.
Syracuse, New York.
Gold Beach, Oregon.
Georgia.
Not the country, though.
Portland, Oregon.
I'm from New York, so I'm not used to nice people.
Why are you so excited about Short Circuit Day?
Seeing Johnny Five, the robot.
I really want to get a picture together with myself and Johnny Five because I've got the tank wheelchair set up and the tread.
It's such an inspiring movie for me because I want to get into puppeteering.
I really loved the robot design, so when I heard that this event was happening, I made sure to come out.
Get to go to the deck over at Stephanie's house and have a photo with Gutenberg and Sheedy and Johnny Five.
I have grown an appreciation for humanizing robots a little bit through this movie.
We're going to go take a photo with Allie and Steve and Johnny Five up at the house, and then from there, we're probably going to go to the house parties.
Meeting people that I've been talking to my whole life that I've never met in person before. Matter of fact, my entire team, we've talked on the internet for 15 years, and I've never met any of them in person until this weekend.
What about the first time you saw Short Circuit?
I must have been 5.
Probably second grade.
4 or 5.
I was a child of the 80s, so I saw it early on.
I was a kid when I watched it, and I absolutely loved it.
That was one of our regulars that we'd get from Blockbuster at least 3 to 4 times a year.
But I remember going to my local library and renting it. You could go there and they'd have the VHSs.
Okay, full disclosure, I've never seen Short Circuit, so I'm here for the vibes.
So what have you guys been up to today?
Did the photo shoot up at the house with Johnny Five.
They had workshops here with the puppeteers and people that made the movie. So it was just really exciting to come here. And we actually stayed in the Short Circuit house about a month ago and took some photos, reenactments. And so now we wanted to get those signed.
Bought tickets to a couple exhibits. I went to the film museum.
We just went to the jailhouse, did some film scene things.
We got to actually take a class today and have a head in our hands, an actual film used Johnny Five head and a replica, and just see all the points of articulation and movement in something like that. It's really incredible.
Bought some merch, as they call it.
We've mostly been hanging out front selling t-shirts.
I'm also a bit of a content creator, so we spent yesterday going through and putting together B-roll. And
Did you see Johnny Five?
Only the motor control one. I just need to see the wheel and a talking one.
Short Circuit is a film about a robot built for military use. The robot was named Number 5 as it was the 5th robot in a group. When Number 5 is struck by lightning, it gains basic sentience. Of course, this isn't exactly realistic, but hey, sounds like a fun story, right? Then, a series of unlikely events leads the robot outside of the facility into the streets of Astoria. This isn't good, since Number 5 is now wandering around town, equipped with a weapon, and he's worth a lot of money. When Number 5 falls off a bridge, it deploys his parachute, lands on the food truck of Stephanie Speck. She unknowingly takes Number 5 to her house. Now, when Stephanie discovers the robot, she assumes it's an alien. What? Was that a reasonable assumption on her part, considering it's clearly made of metal? No. But it helps convey that she's, a wacky character. Eventually, she learns the robot is a product of Nova Laboratories, and she contacts them to pick it up. Number 5 knows Nova will disassemble it, and when the robot learns about death, it understands being disassembled is the equivalent of dying. Number 5's like, oh heck no disassemble! And so it escapes by driving Stephanie's food truck. Apparently, all Number 5 needed to do to learn how to drive a truck is by skimming through the vehicle's manual in about 4 seconds? What? Okay, sure. But unfortunately for Number 5, Nova is able to track it down, and they put the robot in a truck for transportation back to the facility. Good thing is, Number 5 is able to hijack the vehicle, force out the drivers, and the robot returns to Stephanie's house. Stephanie and the robot begin to develop a close friendship, and it tells Stephanie it isn't just a machine. And the robot says, Number 5 is alive! Stephanie's like, no. But then she realizes, indeed, something has happened to Number 5 to give it feelings. After a bounty is placed on the robot to bring it to Nova, Stephanie's problematic ex-boyfriend shows up at her house to capture it. The robot fights back by destroying his car, and Stephanie and Number 5 flee for safety. Now Stephanie contacts Crosby, the robotics expert who created Number 5, to tell him the robot is sentient. Crosby's like, no way. But then Crosby realizes she was indeed correct. It blows his mind. And the rest of the film centers around Stephanie and Crosby preventing Number 5 from capture. Now here's another strange thing though. Stephanie and Crosby only seem to talk to each other about the robot, but then there's suddenly a romantic couple. It's like, where was the build-up in this connection? At this point, the randomness seemed about right, given the previous unrealistic events in this movie. It should be noted at the end, Number 5 changed its name to Johnny 5. In conclusion, while Short Circuit isn't believable in several ways, it's a fun film with an interesting premise about a robot becoming human-like. The story is becoming more relevant today as more and more robots are being integrated into our everyday lives. Favorite scenes from the movie?
When the other robots get turned into the Three Stooges.
When he flutters his eyebrows at the butterfly.
When she danced with them in the house and they're going around and around.
Stephanie with Johnny 5 on the porch, because that's the ones we got to reenact a few months ago.
When they fold the paper in half and he asks him, what do you make of it? And it's like all of the ingredients, and then what do you see? And bang, his soul opens up to you.
When he realizes that he's alive. It's just that moment where his eyes go up.
The part where he busts out of the van, fights back from his robot overlords and gains his freedom.
When he realizes what disassemble really means, that it's permanent. And
when Johnny 5 was jumping off the bridge.
Number 5 jumped off the bridge right over here and landed in your food truck. She thought he was an alien.
It absolutely makes sense. He was alive, and at that time too, and robots weren't really a big thing.
I think she might have been on drugs too.
You're an organ. So.
What are some of your favorite abilities of Johnny 5?
When he impersonates the grasshopper and is able to jump.
The dancing, the humor, the ability to be genuine.
So with his one armature, he's able to downshift, upshift, and drive manual.
He looked at the manual quickly. Boom, he's ready.
Manual transmission, so that's the only thing I've been on thanks to Johnny 5.
What are some of your favorite lines?
No disassemble!
Johnny 5 is still alive!
Oh, would you rather be a Pepper 2?
I am sporting a tremendous Woody right now.
Your mama was a snowblower!
Yeah, your mother's is a snowblower.
It's just a computer. It doesn't get happy. It doesn't get sad. It just runs programs.
Crosby, PH Dork.
More input!
If you had a robot, what are things you'd like it to be able to do for you? Keep it PG-13.
Help me out with the laundry.
Dishes, laundry.
Things that no one wants to do.
And driving my truck.
I honestly would just want to be its friend.
If he has the treads, why can't he be my tour guide going up the mountain?
I work in finance. If it could just do everything for me, that'd be really cool.
I don't want to get them doing our chores or anything, just teaching us how to dance or something.
A year ago, Elon debuted that robot. I'm going to get that robot to basically work in my office and just help ship boxes.
If the Johnny 5 of the future had the right training and ability to be controlled by himself and others, that he could not be a detriment to society and do some favors for us.
That's where we're heading, right?
That is it.
10 years from now, probably, we're all going to have robots in our houses.
Would you want your robot to actually have emotions and feelings?
Absolutely not. Robots can't have emotion. You don't have a personality. You're a robot. You're a bunch of boop, 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 ones and zeros.
The two that they have here are actually in the works of getting their own sentience shortly, so it's sooner than expected, unfortunately.
There's that video going around where the two AI robots start talking to each other, and then once they realize that the people are listening, and they go into some weird AI robot language.
I just want to have a good relationship with them.
You don't want to get on the bad side. If there was another movie, Short Circuit 3, what happens? Any ideas? Does it get connected with the Goonies at all?
That's an amazing idea, right? They come back to Astoria. Stephanie's here. You know, you have Crosby, and somehow they're meeting up with the Goonies, and they go on some type of adventure that only Johnny Five can help them. And then Johnny Five has to hold these in his hands the entire time.
Johnny goes to the Jersey Shore, gets a tan, all right?
But I would love Johnny Five to find love.
I would like to see Johnny Five find the Goonies treasure.
Kind of like Knight Rider 2000. Michael comes in and he finds Kit in a box. Maybe Steve comes out. He finds Johnny in a box.
If Johnny Five paired up with a different famous robot.
Totally going to be Data for me.
Data too. That was such a good one. Because they both have this like need to be human, you know? So I think they'd really connect and bond.
Lovers? I don't know. At least friends.
That's how he finds love.
He needs someone in the air to let him know what's going on, as he's the ground kind of guy. So to get some eyes up from the sky would.
I think he needs a love interest.
What film did number 5 learn to dance to? And how are these two films related?
And what is the film?
More Than a Woman. As a disco.
Yes. Saturday Night Fever. Yes. Wasn't the director of that the director?
He did both?
Yeah.
I worked on for 15 years, drawing it at a computer for many years, which I hope brings a smile to everybody's face.
I think he gets top fan.
In Portland, I make concert posters, and I do airbrush T-shirts, and I'm also a movie host for the Hollywood Theater.
Is there anything you want anybody to know about why you love robots?
Because they're so cool, and I like the wheels. I couldn't ever move up.
I'm a DJ on campus at the University of Oregon's campus radio station. My show is called the ABCs of Music. It's every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And on every episode, we go through the alphabet, and I play a song for every letter of the alphabet.
Bolaires, that's the name of our shoe company. We did these last year for the 40th of Goonies. And this year, of course, we are here for
Short
Circuit.
All right, so we're back. We've had all day. We've been enjoying ourselves. We went to the show about the making of.
And there's a panel of a lot of those guys that made Johnny Five, and it helps you appreciate how much effort they put into this movie.
Yeah, we saw Johnny Five rolling down the street, didn't we?
Heck yeah, we did. He was super cool.
We also went to the Heritage Museum, and there was an exhibit on the movie, and they actually had the original Johnny Five in there, and he was gold.
In Short Circuit 2, he became gold, right?
We got to meet the people who actually put Johnny Five together. That was a lot of fun.
I really liked that young kid, Jake. He was so sweet and loves robots.
I really enjoyed the DJ guy.
Right, had a lot to say. He really enjoyed the movies.
He had like the wheelchair, but it was like the bottom of Johnny Five. Astoria, amazing place. Amazing movies have been made out here. This is the 40th anniversary. Hopefully we'll be out here for the 50th.
No disassemble!